And hello fellow techers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks. And today we're gonna do two things. Number one, and most important, we're gonna announce giveaway winners from my Thursday's video. So that will come first. And second, due to popular demand, I guess you guys are really interested in map strategies, and most of the comments I've noticed in most of my videos, you guys really appreciate this strategic or tactical aspect of the game. And since we have two new maps back in rotation, one is an older map, the other one is a completely new one, but today we're going to cover Map Highway and how I like to play Map Highway. Map Vineyards, unfortunately, I'm still not very familiar with. I only played maybe 2 games on that map, so I can't really give you my objective opinion on that map with respect to strategy, positioning, or tactical thinking. So we're gonna have to wait with that map for a little bit until I get more experience on that map. One thing I could comment about is the fact that the map is nice and big, but those cliffs and drops on that map are still not very good for light tanks. So if you're not paying attention and you don't know where you're driving on that map, especially if you're running away in a light tank, you can easily drop off the cliff, lose half your HP, or completely demolish your tank. So be careful with respect to that. Anyway, while you watch my gameplay on Map Highway, we'll announce the winners and then we'll jump into the map strategy. So without further ado, let's announce the giveaway winners. Before I do that though, I'd like to thank everyone that has taken part in this giveaway. If you don't win today, like I mentioned to you many times before, there will be plenty of chances to do so. So don't get down on yourself, just keep trying and eventually maybe your name will come up. Alright. So our first winner of T-34 American Heavy Tank is Gronk Skitzer from platform Xbox. Congratulations, bud. I hope you enjoyed this tank. T-34 is a really nice tank, especially if played hold down. Before it suffered a little bit from gun dispersion. The gun wasn't too accurate, but in update 6.0, obviously it has become a lot more playable. Congratulations. Second winner of the Atomic Centurion is player with gamertag Logins. Quite cool gamertag, to be honest. Don't we all love those logins? From platform Xbox One. Again, Atomic Centurion, a very good tank. Congratulations to Logins. Winner number 3 is player with gamertag Survival Kiwi from platform PS4, and he gets his Talon. Again, Talon was one of those tanks that suffered from pretty poor gun handling, but because of update 6.0, I'm sure this tank will perform a lot better nowadays. Winner number 4 from platform PS4, Nask Naga, and he wins Talk 2. Yes, Talk 2, the DPM monster, British heavy tank at tier 6. Congratulations. Winner number 5 from platform Xbox, player with gamertag Silver Fox 1981. He wins 7 days of premium. Congratulations. And last but not least, winner number 6 from platform Xbox, player with gamertag Shy LFDY. He also wins 7 days of premium. Congratulations to all the winners. I hope you enjoy your new acquisitions or your premium time. I hope they will serve you well. And next draw will come in the next few weeks, so keep your eyes open, guys, and hopefully you'll be the winner the next time around. Anyway, congratulations again to all the winners. Now we're going to jump into the map strategy and see how I play on Map Highway. So today I'm going to show you the way I play it from 2 different spawns. The first game in my 112 tier 8 Chinese heavy tank, and the second game I'll show you in my Wheezy 132A tier 9 light tank, and we'll play from the opposite side of the map. So without further ado, let's jump into this replay and see what's going on here. So as you probably already noticed, I did lots of driving in this game, but no damage. And today's games that I'm going to show you, they're going to be very average games, like below average in certain cases. Like this game will be below average. Now, what happened in this game? Let's go back to the beginning. I got a lot of explaining to do here, but I want you guys to pay attention. On this map, in a heavy tank, unfortunately, you only have one option. Go town. If you drone on this spawn, on this side of the map, you have to go town. if you get yourself anywhere in the field from this spawn, the opposition has extreme advantage when it comes to this map, because they pretty much have the entire control of the field. And I will show you that in the second game as to what I mean by that. So the only option for a heavy tank is to go town, which is area JK90. Now, if you're in a light tank or in a medium tank, there's different strategies that apply to this map, and maybe that's a material for a different video. But in this situation, I didn't have a replay to show you in a light tank, so I wanted to show you replay in a heavy tank. So what happened early is I went to town. Opposition didn't even show up in town. Like, they didn't come up at all. There was nobody there. And because there was no one to fight in town, last thing you want to do is spill on the field. Now, in many cases, I see our team winning town, again, area JK90, and then spilling onto the field, JK lines. But what happens is, if you spill onto the field in those areas, you get under fire from all those camping TDs at 1-2 lane, not to mention the 3 RDs that we currently have in play. Right? So the way I played this game was very, very passive. First of all, my tank doesn't have very good gun accuracy. It's a tank that fights up close. It needs to brawl. It doesn't snipe very well. So what I did is I went town first, nothing happened there, and we lost the field. As usual, that's expected on this map. I came back to defend the base. And that's what I did over there. The problem is, with 3 RDs in play, everyone will be focusing you once you start defending the base. Right? So what we did was we reset and we came back into this position here. Now the game is going to be very passive. First of all, we have only 2 TDs on our team left. We don't have any light tanks. We need to be very defensive at this point. We need to be waiting for the opposition. There's nothing else we can do. There's very big disadvantage if you spawn on the east. Like I said, this map is not very well balanced, unfortunately. And if you're in a heavy tank, the game will be completely different than what you would do in a light tank or a medium tank. Anyway, the first opposition spotted here, a couple of heavy tanks, so I came back here to try to help this heavy tank, which is the Conqueror. He's the top tier. I need to be able to be helping him. But by the time I got to the fight, both the opposition heavy tank and the TD got taken out. Our Conqueror did very good job in taking those guys out, and he did. But now, because I'm a guy with the highest number of HP, like he's got barely any HP at this point, so we cannot have him do this push. This is what I have to do. I have to push quickly across the map, spot for my Conqueror and for my TD that's moving up at the 9 line. So as you notice here, I got spotted. I'm not even going to stop. I'm going to fire on the move. We're going to take that TD out, and just like that, I get targeted. Look at that. Everyone, all the RDs are going to be shooting at me, and that's what I'm talking about. Once you make it into this area here, like right here, then you are able to come up and spot all these guys that are on 1 and 2 line. But if you don't make it here, you're going to die. You're just going to get shredded. So if I did that earlier in the game, that's exactly what would have happened. I wouldn't even make it down to the riverbed. I would just get slaughtered. So you can only make certain plays at specific time in a game, because of you have to pay attention to how many guns are in play, how many RDs are in play, if there are light tanks still in the game. If light tanks were still in the game, that would be a hard play for me to make anyway. Like, take a look at this gun's accuracy. Yeah, it's a wonderful gun. By the way, I sold this tank right after this game. It's just, I cannot stand it anymore. It's just the gun accuracy, even in this meta, the gun accuracy is still not good, even though I have it optimized for gun accuracy. Anyway, we put a shell into this guy, and we're gonna complete the game. Again, like I said, this game is very, very average. I would say below average, because I keep on averaging over 2,000 damage a game in this tank. And in this situation, I don't think I was even able to get to 2k. So, yeah. But again, on this map in a heavy tank, there's only so many things you can do. So we take this guy out of the game and we complete the game. So we played it really patient. Now this game, what it shows you is I wasn't really going for damage. There's no way I could have gone for damage in this game. You gotta let the tanks that can actually do damage on this map, like TDs and heavy tanks with good guns, like this Conqueror. All I did was ensure that I get a win. That's what this game was about. It's about me making the right play at the end of the game to ensure we get the win. This will raise your win rate. So one thing that you could get out of this game is, you know, how can I bring my win rate up with plays like this? Even though you do absolutely nothing during the game like I did absolutely nothing, yet I contributed at the end of the game, which was important. Okay, second game will be a little bit more exciting. Trust me, guys, because we're in a light tank, and light tanks, this map is actually fantastic for light tanks. It's probably one of the better maps for light tanks. And in this situation, since we're in a light tank, we're going to take the riverbed and we're going to get ourselves all the way down to underneath the bridge. Now, that's going to be a very dangerous play because we are going to engage other light tanks. And if we engage other light tanks, it would be good to have a light tank with better DPM. Now, this tank, the way I have it right now, it's optimized for camo, but not really for DPM. I think reload on this tank is like something like 8 seconds, which is horrible, to be honest. But since then, I've optimized this tank a little bit for the gun, so it is better. But when I played this game, I did not. And you'll see the evidence of that. Anyway, this is what we're doing. We're getting ourselves into the riverbed right here underneath the bridge. And here we're going to encounter that light tank. And that's going to be a problem because of our DPM. We missed our first shot, unfortunately. And this guy, you know, he's going to try to make rounds. But luckily, we actually track him. And now we're going to use our strong turret armor. We're going to get to his turret right there. And we're going to try to put some shells into him. And luckily, our team helps out. But now I'm exposed, so we're going to have to drop quickly underneath the bridge into this position here. Now, this position here is fairly safe. Right here. Right here. That position is not bad. Not bad at all. So we're going to lose our sixth sense. And what this position does, when you're over here, you can actually spot everyone on top of the hill, on top of the ridge, on the east side. Like we spotted this King Tiger. Plus, we are able to spot a lot of these guys that are crossing and going up the A-line. A-line is notorious. Like, a lot of players like to take A-line all the way up to A2. But seriously, guys, that's not really a good play because of players like me. Like tanks in this position. And I'll show you in a split second what I mean by that. But in the meantime, we're going to try to keep spotting. I would have progressed a little bit further, but I'm still spotting the hill over here, making sure that there's nothing here. As you notice, there are still tanks over here. So if I move up a little bit further and I get spotted, that's not safe for me because I could still get fired upon. So I'm counting on my team to get rid of that King Tiger right here because he's my threat right now. I need him out of the game. Once I have him out of the game, I can push a little bit further down the riverbed and potentially put some shells into these guys that are sitting at A3. That was the idea. So we're just gonna keep poking here, making sure that King Tiger is gone, but he wants to YOLO me. Looks like he's YOLOing me. And I don't see any of my friendlies shooting at this guy, which I was hoping. So I'm gonna have to face him. He can easily one-shoot me. Unfortunately, we're gonna scuff this shot because we don't have enough penetration with our standard shells. So we're gonna swap to our premium shells right here. But before we can actually engage him, he gets taken out. And we're just gonna have to lose our sixth sense here again. So we did just that. And now we can move up. See what else we can spot. We spot this Draugen. Someone puts a shell into him. We're gonna drop off. We don't want to get spotted. That Draugen can easily take us out of the game. So we're gonna get ourselves at the distance where he's not gonna be able to spot us. And we're gonna put a shell into him just like that. And he's in a world of hurt right there, as you can see. And that's what happens. So normally what I would do is I would move up a little bit further, like here. Right? You see where I am right now? A little bit further, right here. And from here, if you climb up on the top of the hill or close to the top of that ridge, you can actually have back shots into the guys that are sitting at A2. So A2 play, if you're drawn on an east spawn and you thinking of pushing down the A line all the way to A2, and if there are light tanks in the middle of the map, opposition's light tanks in the middle of the map, you're gonna die. Trust me, that's gonna happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The only time you can survive that is if there are no light tanks in the middle and no one actually has controlled the middle of the map. Anyway, so next step is move up here, up this ridge, and start spotting these guys that are still sitting on top of the ridge over here. And that's what we're doing. So we're going to try to find a shot on that Skoda, but we can't find a shot on him. And our 2 medium tanks already moved up. I'm not so brave yet, because in many cases, if you move up here, on top of this ridge, the buildings are destructible, and the opposition will destroy the buildings and take you out of the game, or they can get themselves in position A0 and use hold down position that's over there to put shells into you. So I wouldn't usually do that. That play usually doesn't work, the capping play. But in this situation, the opposition team is so passive, even though they have tanks at D9, they will not be able to reset, or they will not even make their move to reset, which is quite surprising because the game is so close. You would assume that someone would want to reset the base. So we're still going to play it very safe over here, because I was pretty much expecting our team to die. Those 2 medium tanks that are capping, I expected them to die, but the opposition is just letting them do whatever they want. So we put a shell into this guy right there because he was trying to reset, and I think the game is going to end like a couple of seconds. Yeah, I was going to be able to put a few more shells into the Skoda and hopefully the Paladin, but yeah, the opposition team was just content to give up the game, which is strange. Whatever, it is what it is. Anyway, again guys, nothing spectacular. These are just some average games, normal games that you'll see in your tanks. Not every game is stupendous, not every game is extremely high damage. You get a lot of average games like this in your run, and I do too. And I think some of these games are worth showing. At least in this situation, you could see the strategies I employ in different tanks on this map. Anyway guys, congratulations to all the winners. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking. Space Bandit, checking out.